Okay, guys and gals, about 10 seconds of the obligatory disclaimer. If you want to read the whole thing, just pause the video. Welcome, everybody. Let's talk about the alerts on the Discord server. Now, in front of you, got 4 different time frames. This is daily here, daily, 1 hour, okay, the 15-minute, and the 5-minute. And we'll expand these here in a little bit. First, let's switch over to the Discord server. I'm going to show you how the alerts come in for the members. All right, so here on the Discord server, you can see this channel right here is called the S&P 500 channel. So for members or anybody new that's even watching this and you want to become a member, this is how you do it, okay? You right-click on the S&P 500 alerts, come down to notification settings, and click all messages. All right, so if you go to that channel, you're going to see here, like yesterday, which was Friday, a 1-hour alert came in for the S&P 500. You can see earlier in the day, about 4 a.m., some 5-minute alerts came in. Okay, so that's how you get the alerts on the Discord server. For those that are not members, you're watching this video, there's a link in the description right below the video in the first comment. Just click the link. That's an invite to this server, and then you're going to come here for server subscriptions. Okay, $7.99 a month, guys and gals, super cheap. Okay, so if you like what you've seen in this video, by the end of this video, and you want to subscribe, that's how you do it. Okay. All right, let's switch back over to the charts, and I'll show you how you're going to make use of these alerts. Okay, so here we are on the charts. Let me switch to the daily, and we'll talk about that 1 hour in just a little bit. Okay. Let's look at this one. This one's pretty straightforward. I'll keep it super simple example. The alert's going to come in right in this little yellow triangle. So what would I do if I was doing a daily chart? This is daily. Well, this would obviously be a swing trade, right? Because the daily chart's most likely a swing trade, meaning longer time frame. You can see short-term indicator, stochastic momentum index indicators pointing up. The MACD is still pointing down, so you got to be careful here. Okay, I would have entered on a really small position on that day, like right here. You have to weather this consolidation period here, right? And then over another week or two, bam! I mean, huge money, right? It ran from about whatever that would be, 3850 area somewhere, all the way up to about 4,000. That's at least 150 points. That's huge money. Great swing trade. Okay. Here's another one. I always say this to my members. I'm going to say it to everybody watching this video. Would I have entered this trade? Yeah, maybe I would have taken a small position because I can see that the short-term indicators are pointing down, but the MACD is pointing up. I either don't take a position here at all, or take a really small position, wait for it to play out. Either way, this would have been an alert on the Discord server for a daily alert for swing traders, and bam, huge, absolutely monster trade, right? Here's another one. Came in right there. Where was that? Right on that big green candlestick. Okay, so what do? I see that the MACD, on the daily chart, the MACD is going to be very useful. It's MACD indicator. As we go to the shorter time frames, you're going to realize it's not as useful, but on the daily chart, it's still really good. Now I see the short-term indicators are still going up. This is my own indicator, Big Daddy Forecast. If you want that, you'll get this live on the Discord server. There's a live stream that shows all these streaming charts, okay, for the members. So anyway, I would have taken a short side trade here at the end of this day. I might have waited just a little bit for it to roll over, you know, on this indicator first, the short-term, fast-moving indicator, and a Big Daddy. I might have waited for it to roll over a little bit before I took the trade. But, you know, because you get this shooting star going on here, which is another really good indication that it could pull back, and it did. Monster swing trade. Again, from, I don't know, 40, 25-ish area, all the way down to like 3,900, 125-point swing trade over a period of like 4 or 5 trading days there. Huge, and it's huge profit. Okay, so these are just examples of what you could do with the alerts coming off the Discord server for the Gatus Plus indicator. Okay, this trade here, this indicator, a little bit harder to trade because a lot of consolidation going on here, but there was still some money to be made. Okay, it kind of pointed down, but the MACD was pointing up. This trade would have been a little bit harder to make. It would have came in right there. You could have taken a short trade and maybe picked up a day or two's worth of profit here. Not much. These are really, a lot of this was just garbage tracking sideways. So this would have been really small. Once I start seeing this type of consolidation and you're not getting a lot of action, probably just close out the position. Maybe you take a little loss, maybe you make a little gain, either way. And I'd start looking at the shorter time frames, which is what we're going to do right now. Okay, so let me switch over to the hourly chart. Because if you can't get a good swing trade in the daily chart, then you know that things are, the shorter time frames are probably the way to go. Now, let's see, where was this? When did it take place? 10 o'clock in the morning, so this is a pretty good example. This would be intraday. The alert would have came on the server right here. Right on that big fat candlestick down. It would have alerted you, okay? And what would you do on this? What would I do? Well, I see this is starting to bottom. MACD's still pointing down though. Got to be really careful here on the 1 hour chart. I wait for this thing to turn. Big Daddy turns. Take a long side trade. Right back up to this. I think this is the 50 moving average. I think it's what that is. It's probably what that is. No, I'm sorry. It's the 4 hour. That's the 4 hour moving average right there. So you know look how it tracked along that 4 hour moving average, like just perfect resistance. So I would have waited for it to turn over right here. Start coming up. Place a trade probably on this green candlestick right there. That one. And it looks like you get about 2 to 3 hours worth of some decent profit there. From about 41.20 to maybe 41.35-ish, 15 points. Just remember, as you get into the lower time frames, your range of profitability is usually going to come down, right? So 15 points, is that good on an hourly chart? Yeah, it's really good. Here's another one. Happened right here on this little red candlestick. Right there. So this is the one we just saw on the Discord server earlier in the video when I showed that alert. That was this one right here. What would I do on this little red candlestick? I say this a lot to my members. I'm going to say it here in the video. I would have taken a small position right here because I can see that everything looks kind of peaky. But the MACD is pointing up. And the MACD is still pretty useful on a 1 hour chart. Okay, wait out this next candlestick. I can see it's bumping up against the resistance here. Eventually it crosses over. Nice little profit. Again, the alerts on the Discord server would have made you some nice profit here over a period of about 5 hours. Okay, let's switch to the 15-minute chart and a 5, and we'll finish up this video. Okay. Let's see, 15-minute is here. Now this was Thursday night, all the way through here. Friday starts here. This is late Thursday night, so this is overnight session. So take it with a grain of salt. You can see not a lot going on in the overnight session here, right? So would I trade this? No, I don't. We don't have to trade every alert that comes in. This is overnight session. Look at this. There ain't much going on here. I personally wouldn't have traded it. Okay, but if we go back to some like intraday, okay, could you trade this alert right here? Yeah, you could. Okay, this one over here, was it tradable? Yeah, it was trade. Obviously, that would have been a long side trade. This one right here, short side trade. Now, hindsight's 20/20. Of course, it's easy to say these things once you've seen what's going on. But this trade happened about right here. I mean, does it get any better than that? You can see these are bottoming. They start to turn. You take your long side trade somewhere in here. One of these. Remember, this 15-minute chart, so things are moving a little bit faster now, right? But you take your long side trade somewhere in here. Eventually gets over the top of this little bit of resistance, and you make some money all the way up, most of the way up. That would have been probably about 41.40 up to about 41.50, 10 points maybe. Maybe you don't get all 15, you get 10 out of it. Here's one. You can see it's peaky, gonna come down. Trades right here. Boom. Huge. That was a nice one. This one, harder to trade. That's gonna be a hard to. This one right here, you gotta be super careful. Still going down. This is on the way down. The MACD is pointing down. This is a tough little trade right here. But I wouldn't necessarily make this trade. But let's just say I absolutely had to make a trade. Well, I'd go with what I'm seeing here, that there's a little bit more downside to go, and sure enough, there was. It happened right there, and bam. You picked up. Let's see, about 41.15 down to about 40.85. So 20 points, pretty nice. Pretty nice. Okay. Again, this trade I wouldn't have made over here, overnight session. Got better things to do with my time. Okay, so you can see, I hope you can see by now, we'll do one last chart, to 5-minute chart. I hope you can see by now how powerful the Giddus Plus indicator is with the alerts on the Discord server. Like 80-90% of these alerts, depending on what time of the day is, are going to be very profitable trades. Here's an alert for the 5-minute chart right here. Look at this thing. Happened right on this candlestick. Okay, again, 5-minute chart. We're not going to use the, look at the MACD, is almost worthless. Forget that indicator on the 5-minute chart. But the Stochastic Momentum Index and the Big Daddy, which is streamed on my Discord server, very useful, right? Look at this, going up. Both of these are telling you to go up. You place a trade maybe halfway up this candlestick, you're in for the next 2 or 3 candlesticks. 40.75 to approximately 40.82, I guess. Okay, about 6-7 points worth of trading on a 5-minute chart. That's really nice, nice little scalp. Okay. Here's another one. This was right in the middle of the day, about lunchtime. You can see things are peaky. This one you gotta be a little patient. Right? This one right here came in right here, I think. No, sorry, came in right here on this green candlestick. So you gotta be a little patient on this one. Eventually it pays good. But even if you made a mistake and shorted here, you'd have to wait for it to make good, which would have been, you know, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. About 45, 50 minutes later, you finally would have started making profit down in here, even if your timing was horrible. See, I would have waited for this to roll over a little bit and start giving me a little bit of a gap. See this little gap going on in the SMI? And the Big Daddy starts pointing down. That's going to help you with your timing on these really short duration charts like this 5-minute chart. You have to be a little bit more patient. Don't be in such a hurry. So, you know, if you got in up in here somewhere, then that's where I would have taken the trade, probably about right there. Yeah, around that red candlestick. See how you see that gap right there in the SMI? That's when you start placing the trade in these really short time frame candles charts like this 5-minute chart. And you just start making money all the way down, right? That's another example of how you can make money. This one, obviously, we talked about could make money up. This one is nighttime session. You could try to scalp this overnight. Personally, I probably wouldn't mess with it. All right, I hope you all enjoyed the video. I hope the members, you got something out of that. Now you know how I use alerts and how I make my trades. For those that want to join to become a member, there's a link in the comment section, also in the description of this video. But just look at the first comment in the video on YouTube below this video. One more time here, I'll show the server. Once you get on the server with the link, you're going to go over here, server subscriptions, $7.99 a month, guys and gals. That's super cheap, okay? There's a whole lot more to this service than just the alerts, but I'm just sharing the alerts with the members today, so you're along for the ride. Okay, everybody, hope you enjoyed the video. Talk to you all real soon again next time.